how professional we are here.
I love it.
We do the clap.
Hand clap.
We do the clap. We're in shorts today. But you're always in shorts.
Yes, look at that.
I like to call this look my Hannah Horvath, like Lena Dunham's character. I feel like that's what I'm channeling today.
You're missing 2 stone though. That's the glory. The glory of Hannah Horvath's look is that there's just thigh and belly and upper arms spilling out of the whole thing everywhere. The thing that thrilled me about girls, because my girls are just coming into teenage now. One of them is, and one of them is just about to be. And I was worried about the fact that they are coming into a world of just like rampant online pornography. I'm not anti-pornography. I'm a pro-pornography feminist. I just believe the pornography we've got is not fit for purpose. If you're making pornography, then you know if you're doing some sex, then you want everybody involved in the sex to be having fun, because that's all that's happening.
Yes, all people.
To make sure everybody's having fun in it, and that's not what happens in most modern online pornography. And you know, a lot of it's very abusive towards women. It's not about female pleasure or joy. So I was worried about the fact that my daughters are going to get their sexual education from online pornography. I was like, what? How's this? How are we going to solve this? How are we going to change this? How are we going to make this better for teenage girls learning about sex from abusive online porn?
Watch my videos.
Yes.
Shameless plug.
You do what you do. Lena put girls out, and suddenly those are characters who are trying to have sex like porn stars and realising that doesn't work. It's hurting. They're falling over.
I realise I've not introduced this at all.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry. This is just the pre-chat.
Hi guys, I'm here with Caitlin Moran. Is it Caitlin or Catlin? I've never gotten this.
This is the awful thing for which I have to spend my entire life apologising about. It's that name, spelt like that, everyone else in the world will pronounce it correctly, Caitlin.
Yeah, but you're
But
Catlin.
I saw it in a Jilly Cooper novel when I was 13. I thought, that's the name that I want to be known as. I don't want to be Catherine Moran anymore. That sounds like it's not bound for glory. I want to name myself after this character in a Jilly Cooper novel who has sex with lots of hot boys. And I presume that you pronounce it Caitlin. No, Catlin. I presume. See, I don't even know. Oh my God, I don't even know my name. It is Catlin. I am Catlin. I know that. That's the thing I know. Your screen looks a bit skanky, man.
Okay, so people want to know things. So a lot of people have actually been tweeting me being like, do a drunk advice, which is a series that I do on my channel where I get drunk with a friend and then people send us in like questions that they need help with things.
Awesome.
And we give them the best advice humanly possible that we can in our state. But we're not drunk right now.
There are definitely certain drinks that make you clever. I was telling you before that I've recently discovered that vermouth with soda never makes you drunk. It simply makes you cleverer and cleverer and more left wing.
I'm just going to have to make sure that the next drunk advice I film is vermouth and soda now.
It's brilliant. By the end of it, you are Karl Marx. You're just sitting there, just pounding the table going, I've come up with a new theory, a critique on capitalism, tools that will enable us to understand and finally fight back against capitalist constructs, while still being able to walk in a straight line and possibly drive a car.
Oh, interesting. Let's test that in the next drunk advice. I think this is the first time I've worn shorts in 2015. So,
Happy Shorts Day, man.
Thank you very much. Favourite snack?
Cheese.
Favourite curse word?
Oh fuck, it's classic, isn't it? But what comes out most is balls, actually.
Balls.
I really enjoy big, hearty balls. Well, it depends. I mean, if you say it in a library, people seem to be down on it. So
balls!
Yes, balls!
Mine's cunt.
Yeah, no, I love cunt. No, cunt is a classic.
It's so good. And my favourite thing about the word cunt is when male friends of mine go, you can't say cunt, you're a lady. I'm like, I fucking can say cunt because I have a cunt.
Exactly, got one, can say it.
If God was real, what would you like to say to him at the pearly gates?
Oh God, I've got a huge list. Where did my first 4 passports disappear to? Where was my teddy bear chrysalis? Where did that disappear to? It's mainly lost things. I just don't understand where so many things
why
went.
Are odd socks? Just why are odd socks?
Yeah, no, exactly. Where's all the stuff? Where's all the lost stuff? And then I spent, because I didn't understand.
I lost a black bra.
How?
I don't know.
What, walking down the street?
Yeah.
That's really gutting, especially if it's a really key item. Yeah. I lost a yellow cardigan about 10 years ago and I still miss it every day. I would be palpably a better person if I still had that card. On tour when we were coming up with the merchandise and stuff, and we've got, sort of I'm a feminist t-shirts and Lady Sex Pirate t-shirts, and one of the t-shirts that I just pulled at the last minute because I thought not enough people would get it was going to be a Gay for Faye t-shirt. I'm gay for Tina Fey, so gay for Faye, and I just thought maybe that is a bit too niche. Yeah.
I'm also homo for polar. That didn't quite work. I tried. Someone just said, just keep saying why, and eventually you'll find answers you're looking for.
No.
Why?
No, you see, that can't work because I've had children and they go through a phase of just going, why? I've got a list of all the questions that my daughter once asked me on an hour-long train journey to Birmingham, and this will tell you exactly what it's like having kids if you want to know. All of Dora's questions. Okay.
Oh, God.
Why are all the films from America? What is Britain famous for? Why do cartoons now look different to cartoons in the olden days? Why can't we see planets? Why is the moon following us? Why do we need petrol in the car? Why do you have to be over 16 to put petrol in the car?
Oh my God.
Why can't you use a mobile at a petrol station? Why can't you use matches at a petrol station? Why is such a bad picture of a match with fire coming out of it at a petrol station? Why is Auntie Kaz learning to be a stand-up comedian? Do teachers have a holiday at half term? How big is Birmingham? How long is each motorway? Which is the longest? Which is the newest? Why do you have to pay? How much? What are the names of all the motorways? When you drive, does it make you feel tired? And then my favourite, did I scream louder when I fell down the stairs or when I sat on that doll by accident?
Those questions kind of like make me really sad that adults stop asking them.
Yes.
Like, that just shows like this pure curiosity and like excitement of the world. Like, what's that and how does it work and why does it work?
It's about vulnerability, isn't it? You very quickly try and construct a worldview around stuff sort of in your teens and late 20s so that you don't, because it's seen to be vulnerable and annoying to keep asking questions. And that's one of the problems that you see in politics now. Like, it seems amazing to me that kind of, you know, there is a political class who bring in special advisors that will come up for cures for the NHS and for education and stuff. Whereas if the ministers were asking questions of the people who are actually working in schools and are there every day with, you know, with children or with patients, they know how to fix this stuff. They've got ideas. They know how you could make ward rounds quicker or how you could save money.
Yeah.
They know how you would deal with a class of many immigrant children who don't have English as their first language in the best way that you could, you know, you can solve that problem in a school and make it better for everyone involved. But instead they just bring in some dick from America who's just done a couple of seminars.
Someone just said, feminism? Question mark.
Well, to which the answer is yes, obviously.
Yes, all the time, every day.
Well, this is, I mean, there are people who go, you know, why do we talk about feminism? Why don't we just talk about sort of like, you know, egalitarianism or equality instead?
I'm an equalitist.
Yeah, and it's like, well, the thing is, there's some very specific problems to do with being a woman that have been there all this time, and feminism is the only word that means that. Yeah. Dealing with the problems that women have experienced.
And also, because like the feminine in it, the femme in it, is that the hardships that men face because of the patriarchy tend to be because they can't be seen as having feminine like characteristics or attributes.
Totally, that's the key. Exactly, it's seen as a bad thing. And if you look at the things that fuck up both genders equally, the biggest cause of death for men under the age of 45 is suicide. You know, they literally
mental health problems in young men because they're told that talking about their problems and being perceived as weak is a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. The emotions are bad. That is, exactly. And whereas, you know, but and then at the same time, you know, notions of femininity are crippling women who feel that they have to, you know, adhere to this kind of like perfectly plucked, perfectly presented kind of, you know, sort of perfect state. You know, never raising your voice, never being disgusting. I mean, when I wrote How to Be a Woman, every chapter in that book is about a secret that women have to keep.
Yeah.
So menstruation, masturbation, abortion, whether you want children, whether you don't want children, fantasy love affairs, eating disorders, self-harm. And these are all the things that women have to keep secret and hidden, and that's why we're so knackered, that's why we're so on edge, because these are all the things you have to hide, because those are the things that are not seen as being a normal human being. You know, the default of our idea of normalcy is still male, straight white male, and everything to do with being a woman is still seen as weird. Femininity is still seen as kind of, you know, a marginal weird concern that we shouldn't talk about. And that's 52% of the population.
It's either weird and wrong, or it's exotic.
Yes.
And then you're just like, come on, really?
Yeah, and it's also is really important as well that whenever you find people going, girls don't do that, you add one word to the end of that, which is yet. When people go, girls don't do that, and you go, yet. Yeah. Girls don't say things like that, yet. Girls don't dress like that, yet. Girls don't have jobs like that, yet. Girls don't fuck like that,
Do you believe that there are, like, natural or, like, things that you can explain with science, differences between men and women?
It's a really
or do you think it's all cultural?
Well, it's a really interesting thing because I've been reading a lot about this recently because I've become really interested in because the whole trans movement separates feminists out quite badly, and I'm really interested in learning more about it and trying to find a way of getting feminists and trans activists together and just kind of go, we're all on the same side. You know, I mean, I think it's one of those things that in 100 years, I mean, I have watched a lot of Star Trek, but I think it's one of those things in 100 years that the idea that you know, the genders were so rigidly segregated, you know, and we only saw them as a binary thing, either male or female.
Yeah.
We'll just look back and go, that's nuts, we were all the same species. This is incredible that we spent all this time arguing about whether people were right or wrong or which category they went into.
Just based on something that's in between your legs.
Yeah.
There's so much power there.
There really is. You know, this should be the fun palace, really.
I remember cycling once and went over like one of those like very small but high speed bumps, and it was sort of right in the vagina. Ask her about periods.
Women are presumed to just be able to cope with this. It's kind of like we're supposed to be able to just deal with it and be sort of matter of fact about it and keep it quiet and not disturb everybody with it. Whereas if you reverse the situation and every month boys had a load of gravy appearing in their pants with no warning at all, they'd still be freaking out now.
Yeah.
And I'm never ready for it. I don't see that as taboo, I just see that as unused material. You know, I think so often the default mode for women is self-loathing. You know, we don't feel normal. It's like, why don't you feel normal? It's because you live in a world that was built by men, where even the simplest, most necessary physical function that happens to you every month, that ensures the continuation of our species.
Also costs money. When are we going to get free tampons and free pads? What's that about?
My period for me is Janine. Like, if I drop something, it's like, oh, that's my period. Janine screwed that up.
Yeah.
And, you know, and when it's happening, in the same way that I enjoy a hangover, kind of, you know, I'm a little bit wounded, so I have to look after myself. Like, kind of...
Yes, pity me.
Yes.
And comfort.
Yeah, I do need to eat lots of Maltesers whilst watching Homes Under the Hammer.
See, I just kind of do that anyway. Now there's music.
Yeah, this is my mixtape now. It's awesome.
We're at the theatre. Catelyn's about to do a show.
Yes.
Which I'm about to see. I've never seen it.
Well, you're about to find out that nearly everything I've said to you is the stuff that I say in my show. Because these are all
I'll just laugh along. I'll pretend like I'm like, that's so funny.
I've also experimented with lots of different things during my years of having periods. I had a moon cup for a while.
Oh yes,
they're quite unreliable, really.
Oh, are they?
Well, yeah,
they're
kind of like a little rubber egg cup that you put up inside you. But, I mean, I've had 2 children, so it's all a bit more sort of loosey-goosey down there. And very often I would find myself laughing and just suddenly find that I just laughed it out. Just kind of poink!
That's amazing.
But if you're quite geeky and nerdy, it's quite fun because you get to see how much you bled that day. And I would get competitive with my sister. You kind of empty it out and go 7 millilitres and bring my sister. I've done 7 millilitres. How many have you done today? There are 3.3 billion women in the world, so there's going to be 3.3 billion ways to be a woman and to be feminist. And the idea that there's a little feminist police going around going, you're getting being a woman wrong. It's like, hang on, who else have I heard telling me that I'm getting being a woman wrong? Oh yeah, it's the patriarchy. Thanks for doing the man's job, ladies.
One of the things that frustrates me about being a feminist and the patriarchy is when you're trying to talk to people who don't understand what the patriarchy is, and trying to tell them that the enemy isn't men, the enemy is this invisible structure of powers.
Yes.
So it's an invisible enemy. You can't touch it or see it, but it controls the world and it's evil.
Is it Sauron from the Lord of the Rings? Is it a single angry eye in the sky?
Oh my god, tune.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear this.
Madonna. I'm going to do my impression now. Okay, I'm going to be Drake. Okay. You're going to be Madonna. Okay, I'm going to tilt back and you're going to get off with me. Okay, you can just pretend, but just kind of like hang on. So I'm Drake. I'm down here. Okay, you're going to get off with me like that. And then I'm Drake and I get like this. So hurtful.
Rude!
Yeah.
I mean, at least, wait, so other than the books that you have written, if you could have written any book, what book would you have written?
Either The Diary of Adrian Mole or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I think. They're just 2 books that just changed my life.
So one of my housemates is coming tonight and he has never heard of, for people who have no clue who you are, what would you like them to know about you?
I would address you directly. I would like you to know... Oh.
That cut out! That was hilarious.
That was brilliant. I look forward to it. The thing you need to know about me is that it just went card full. That was it. Just kind of like, we've had enough. You've delighted us enough. You must stop. Well, the key thing is, if you don't know about me, then I promise I'm never going to come and harass you. I'm not going to turn up on Have I Got News For You or Out 8 to 10 Cats. I'm not going to be at premieres wanking on about the dress that I've just borrowed and showing you my designer handbag.
I will.
I'm never going to show you around my delightful house. No, you should. You can. You've got the legs for it, darling.
Thank you.
But I'm not. I'm going to be quietly in the corner over here, just like having fun and trying to talk about how the world can be a better place and having a revolution, while saying a lot of dirty swear words.
That's what we're going to do when we turn this off.
Yes.
I hope.
Yes. Well, we've been told there's gin in the fridge, so that's where we're going. So yes. You want to come and join us in the corner where the fridge is, with the gin is? Come and join me.
Thank you so much for being on my channel.
No, my pleasure. God, it's been so lovely. It's great just being able to sit on the sofa and talk about feminism and the revolution.
I know, with my butt hanging out as well. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And chat away in the comments about feminism and the patriarchy and stuff. Bye!